Second question, how did you get into insurance? You started off with banking, I think. So how did you get into insurance, and what made you cement the choice that this was the career you wanted?
I was an economics major at Michigan State University. And after I graduated with my economics degree, I went to work at the Federal Reserve Board in Washington, D.C., which is the central bank for the United States, and worked with Alan Greenspan at the time, who was the chairman, worked with PhD economists to analyze banking markets, investment markets, to help them determine what they should do with interest rates and the health of the economy. I moved to San Antonio, Texas for personal reasons. My college sweetheart had moved down here. And so when I moved down here, a friend of mine advised me to get on with a company called USAA. And so I worked there as a temporary employee for 6 months, and I left and I worked for an investment broker at Citigroup for 6 months. But I had the opportunity to go back to USAA, and USAA is a very large insurance property and casualty carrier that does personal lines, auto insurance and homeowners insurance for military members and their families. And even when I had started there, they also have a bank and they have an investment company. And so I always wanted to kind of get into the bank or see the investment side of things because that's where I had started. But as I stayed in the insurance side of things and got more familiar with insurance, I realized that it was inherently much more interesting and much more complex, and the problems that you had to solve were much more interesting to me, at the same time that the product itself fundamentally helps so many more people, because the insurance is there at people's greatest time of need, when they've had some disasters and devastation. Something's happened to them that's really terrible, and they need help in their greatest hour of need, and that's the promise that insurance has. So I loved that. And I actually spoke with a gentleman from India, and he had said he always wanted to be in insurance ever since he was a little boy, and I asked him why, and he said, because when I lived in India, we had a typhoon that came ashore in my hometown and wiped out so many homes and so many businesses, and we didn't have any insurance, and everybody had wiped out their life savings and had to start fresh again. He said if we had such a wonderful product, it would have helped us much more in terms of the recovery and everybody getting back on their feet. And so once I discovered that insurance has this quality, I knew that was the industry I wanted to be in for the rest of my life, and that really resonated with me as well.